Okay guys, today we're making bee weavings. All right, if you've never done weaving before, this might start out a little hard, but we have plenty of helpers who are gonna help you put this together and get it figured out, okay? When you get your weaving, you're gonna have all of these little spokes going out and you're gonna have a piece of yellow yarn tied right to the middle, okay? So this is the end we're gonna be weaving with, right here, all right? And circle weaving is pretty easy, okay? The pattern of a weaving is you go over, under, over, under, over, under, right? So it's like if you were going over a hurdle and under a hurdle and over a hurdle and under a hurdle, okay? And these are like your hurdles. So your yarn is trying to go over the top of one and under the next one, over the top of one and under the next one. You could think about it as skipping one. So you go under this one, you skip this one. Go under this one, you skip this one, okay? The other nice thing about the circle weaving is it's kind of hard to mess up. So if you accidentally go over like two and under one and over one and under one and over a couple and under one, it should still work out okay. All right, so let me show you how this is gonna work. So I'm on this one. This is the one I'm tied to. So I'm gonna go to the next one and I'm gonna go over and then I'm gonna go under, over, under. You kind of have to rotate your plate as you go, over, under, okay? And then every few, you're just gonna pull, you see this big loose loop through? We don't want that hanging out. So we're gonna pull that through, okay? So then you go back and you look, you ended on an under, we went under this one, so now we have to go over this one. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and then you're gonna pull. And look, mine got stuck in that, that's okay. You just kind of loosen it and pull, okay? So now I ended on an under, so now I'm gonna come back to my end and I go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and then I pull it through. Okay, over, under, over, under. You have to constantly kind of rotate your plate too. That helps. Over, under, over, under, over, under, pull. Okay, I didn't give you a super long string, so you are gonna need at some point to have another string tied to yours, and we have plenty of helpers. So when you're done with the string, okay, you're gonna raise your hand and they'll bring you a new string and we're just gonna tie it to this end right here. And you're just gonna keep weaving. You can do more than 2 strings if you want to, that's fine, okay? But it just depends on how big you want your bee to be, okay? So you guys keep weaving and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how to make this into our cute little bumblebee. Okay, you guys, so this is what my 2 pieces of yarn look like. Some pieces of yarn are gonna be longer and some are gonna be shorter. So I would probably, if I weren't doing this, just trying to get this video done, add another layer. But if you get to here and you want to be done because you're not loving the weaving, then that's fine. Okay, you can have a little tiny bumblebee. They are cute. Okay, so if you see, I have this little piece sticking out over here, the end of it, and I don't have that here. So what we're gonna do is you pull it under this last one, and you're gonna bring it into the weaving right here. And you're gonna kind of poke it through. You can use a pencil, that kind of helps a little bit. Okay. And then that way it's a nice tight circle, okay? And if that pops out again, you can just pop it back in, but it probably won't because we're gonna be hot gluing some details on there, okay? Now the next step to make it into our bumblebee is kind of decide which side you want to be the top, right? And we're gonna glue, hot glue, one piece of, this is black felt, right? So we're gonna hot glue a piece of black felt right over the middle to hide that blue section. And then we'll hot glue another one here. We will have to trim them, okay? So I trimmed it over to the side. You don't wanna lay it here and try to trim it, because what might happen, you might cut one of your spokes, okay? So you kind of want to just trim it over here, and it doesn't have to fit perfect, okay? I'm also going to have little pieces for stingers. If you want a little stinger, they are kind of small, but we can hot glue those on for you, okay? Oh, and I forgot my wings, but you'll have 2 little pieces for wings. And then I did a little button for an eye because I don't have googly eyes, but you will have googly eyes. So you're gonna have little googly eyes for your little bee, okay? So you'll have wings, and if you wanted to, you might also could take one of these pieces and maybe just cut out like a little, I don't know, I'm gonna try a smile. Let's see what we think about that. Hold on a second. Cutting out a little. I don't know about that personally, but if you want one, I think we can make it happen, okay? He's got a little smile. Okay, so up to you, but definitely your 2 pieces and your wings, and we're gonna hot glue those on for you, okay? Okay, so again, you'll have us hot glue this stuff on because glue doesn't really work very well for this felt stuff. It just doesn't stick very well. Okay, one thing that they did in the sample that I looked at was they decorated the side of their plate with a Sharpie. They did like this kind of stuff. They wrote like bzzz. And they used just a black Sharpie. Maybe you do some little like hearts. Okay. Just to give it some design. You do not have to do that, but if you want to do that, I would do that before we glue our clouds on. Because if you do it after, you're gonna have some of these clouds in your way. So I'm just doing a little pattern. Okay, so if you wanna do that, you can certainly do that, but you do not have to. I'm almost done, I'm just gonna finish it. So I have a little pattern around it. So I have this stuffing. We're either gonna use this stuffing or we're gonna use cotton balls, okay? Depending on what we have available to us. I have the stuffing available right now, so I wanna try it and see. So you're gonna have something white and fluffy, okay? And these fibers grab glue really well and they make really great clouds. The next is we're gonna do some clouds, and I'm gonna give you guys white cotton balls for clouds because this stuff that I have doesn't show up very well. I mean, it looks like a cloud and you can see it, but it's very thin and not like super white. So what you'll do is you'll take your cotton ball and you'll kind of pull it like this to make your cloud. You might even pull it in 2 and then pull it apart as well so that it makes a nice cloud shape, okay? And then I would suggest, instead of trying to glue them up here, put them kind of like they're behind the bee in the sky, because this is kind of the sky, right? So the bee is flying through the sky. So I'm just putting some glue back there and gluing them down like little clouds wherever you want them. Okay, and it's easier, so much easier to glue them back here. But yours will look better because they'll be really white and they'll stand out and look like clouds. I just didn't have cotton balls on me right now. Okay, there you go. There's our bumblebee weaving, and you get to take these home today. And I hope you guys have had a really great week at art camp, and we're gonna do new projects. All the projects in June will be the same, but we'll start new projects in July. So if you wanna come back for another camp this summer, come back in July and we'll have a whole new set of really fun, cool, awesome projects for you, okay?